Commander Kate Voss stared at the encrypted message on her screen. Her hands shook. The words burned into her mind. They're planning to neutralize your fleet. She looked up at the curved window of her office. Earth hung in the blackness of space, blue and peaceful. For 300 years, humans had been part of the Galactic Council. 3 centuries of trade, shared knowledge, and supposed friendship. All a lie? Voss tapped her comm unit. Get me Admiral Chun, now. The message had come through an old channel, one not monitored by Council systems. That alone made her skin crawl. Someone inside the Council had risked everything to warn them. Commander. Admiral Chun's face appeared on screen. His expression hardened when he saw her. You look like you've seen a ghost. Worse. She sent him the message. This came through the dark channel. Chun read it, his face going pale. Source? Unknown. But it matches Council encryption patterns. Someone on the inside sent this. Could be fake. A trap. Voss shook her head. 3 days ago, we lost contact with the horizon, the Daedalus, and the Washington near Proxima Centauri. The Council said it was a navigation error, Chun said, but doubt crept into his voice. And you believe them? Voss pulled up another screen. I've been digging. For months, Council AI systems have been scanning our ships, weapons, defense systems. They're building a profile of our military capabilities. Chun's jaw tightened. That violates 17 different treaty agreements. It gets worse. Voss forwarded another file. Ambassador Jackson was found dead this morning, hours before the security vote. Jackson? How? They're calling it suicide. Chun slammed his fist down. Jackson wouldn't kill himself. Not before the biggest vote of his career. Voss nodded. I need permission to investigate. Quietly, granted. But maintain the diplomatic facade. If the Council is planning something, we can't let them know we're onto them. The comm unit beeped with an incoming message. Voss checked it and felt her blood freeze. Admiral, the Council just requested access to Earth's defense grid for a routine security update. Chun's face hardened. Deny it. Cite technical difficulties. If they're watching us this closely, they'll know it's a lie. Then let them know. But keep it deniable. Chun leaned closer to the screen. Voss, if this is real, we're looking at the end of 300 years of peace. Or the revelation that peace was never real to begin with, Voss said. The lights in her office suddenly dimmed. Emergency power kicked in with a low hum. What's happening? Chun demanded. Voss checked her systems. Something's accessing our network. A massive data transfer. She typed frantically. It's coming from the Council embassy. They're downloading our defense protocols. Shut it down. I'm trying. Voss hit the emergency cutoff. The screens went dark, then rebooted. I stopped it, but they got something. Chun's face was grim. Voss, I'm activating Protocol Sundown. Effective immediately, you're to investigate this threat by any means necessary. Understood. And Voss? Trust no one. Not even other humans on the Council. The comm went dead. Voss sat back, mind racing. Outside her window, a Council ship glided past, its sleek form blocking the stars. She wondered how many weapons it carried, and how long they'd been planning this. The real question remained. Why would humanity's allies suddenly become their enemies? Voss moved through the dark hallway of Rigel Station. Her heart pounded in her chest. The experimental cloaking device on her wrist hummed softly. It bent light around her body, making her almost invisible to cameras and guards. Almost. She pressed against the cold metal wall as 2 Council security officers walked past. Their scaled skin gleamed under the harsh lights. They carried pulse rifles and spoke in low voices. The humans are getting suspicious, one said. Let them. The containment protocol is already approved. Voss waited until they turned the corner. Her hands felt cold. Containment protocol? She needed to find out what that meant. The archives were 3 levels down. She took the maintenance shaft instead of the main elevator. Less chance of being spotted. The shaft was tight and smelled of oil and burnt wiring. Her comm unit vibrated. A message from Earth. Council ships gathering near Jupiter outpost. Claiming peacekeeping exercise. Peacekeeping, right. Voss had seen enough peacekeeping to know what came next. She reached the archive level and pried open the shaft door. The massive server room hummed with power. Blue lights blinked in the darkness. This was the brain of the council, where they kept their most guarded secrets. Voss plugged a small device into the main terminal. It bypassed security and began downloading files. She scanned through the data as it appeared on her wrist screen. Project Human Containment, she read. Assessment. Earth expansion rate exceeds acceptable parameters. Recommendation. Immediate implementation of growth restrictions. She scrolled further. Her stomach turned. Phase 1. Neural inhibitors in colony water supplies. Phase 2. Military asset seizure. Phase 3. Population control measures. They were planning to enslave humanity, to control their minds and limit their numbers. An alarm blared suddenly. Red lights flashed. Voss yanked the device free and ran for the exit. Security breach in archive level, a mechanical voice announced. All units respond. Voss ducked into a side corridor as guards rushed past. Her cloaking device flickered. The battery was dying. She needed to get this information back to Earth. She needed... Stop right there. A voice behind her. Cold, mechanical. Voss turned slowly. A council enforcer stood 10 feet away, weapon raised. Its robotic body gleamed in the emergency lights. Human detected. Unauthorized access. Voss reached slowly for her side arm. Weapons discharge will result in immediate termination, the enforcer said. Her comm unit buzzed again. A message from Admiral Chun. Diplomatic channels broken. Council denied surveillance accusations. Defense grid activated. It was happening. The war was starting. The enforcer stepped closer. Submit for processing. Voss made her choice. She drew and fired in one motion. The energy blast hit the enforcer's chest. It staggered back, but didn't fall. She fired again. And again. The corridor filled with the smell of burnt metal and ozone. The enforcer collapsed, sparking and twitching. Alarms screamed louder now. Heavy footsteps approached from both directions. Voss looked up. The ventilation shaft. Her only way out. As she pulled herself up into the dark tunnel, her comm unit received one final message. Council forces fired on Mars Station. 23 dead. Return to Earth immediately. Too late for diplomacy now. Too late for peace. The Council had made their choice. And humanity would answer. The stolen Council shuttle shook as Voss pushed it beyond safe speeds. Behind her, the research facility grew smaller against the stars. Alarms still blared in her ears, though she was miles away now. Status report, she barked into the comm. Dr. Reeves looked up from where he tended the wounded scientists they'd just rescued. His face was streaked with blood and soot. Too critical. The rest will make it, Voss nodded. These scientists had been taken by the Council 3 days ago. Officially for consultation. In reality, they were being tortured for information about Earth's defense systems. Commander, called the pilot from the front. Council warships closing from Sector 4. Voss moved to the viewport. 3 sleek silver ships cut through space toward them. Each one carried enough firepower to vaporize their small shuttle. How long until we reach the jump point? She asked. 4 minutes. We won't make it. Voss hit the come button. This is Commander Voss to Earth Fleet. We need immediate backup. Static answered her. Then a voice broke through. Commander, this is Captain Diaz of the Thunderchild. We've been waiting for you. The darkness of space lit up as a massive human, Warship dropped its stealth field directly between them and the Council vessels. Its hull was black and angular, nothing like the smooth Council designs. Weapon ports glowed hot along its sides. "The Prometheus Protocol," Voss whispered. For years, Earth had been building ships and weapons in secret, technology they kept hidden from the Council. Now that secrecy was over. The Thunderchild fired. Beams of blue energy sliced through space. The lead Council ship exploded in a silent flash. "Get us aboard," Voss ordered. The shuttle changed course, heading for the Thunderchild's open bay doors. Behind them, the remaining Council ships scattered, clearly surprised by the human vessel's power. Once aboard, Voss rushed to the bridge. Captain Diaz met her there. His uniform was crisp, but his eyes were tired. "Welcome aboard, Commander." "Sorry about the rough pickup." "The Council?" she asked. "Running scared. For now." Diaz gestured to the main screen. "But we have bigger problems." The screen showed feeds from across human space. Council blockades, burning stations, battles near Mars, Europa, and the outer colonies. "It's happening everywhere," Voss said. Diaz nodded. "Earth has withdrawn from all Council operations. No formal announcement. We just pulled our ships and closed our borders." "And the Council response?" "Mixed. 4 species support us. 12 want us wiped out." Diaz brought up another screen. "This is the real problem." The image showed a massive Council dreadnought moving toward Earth. "That's the Judgment," Diaz said. "Their flagship." A young officer interrupted. "Captain, we're receiving a broadcast. It's going out to all systems." The screen changed. Admiral Chun appeared, his face grim but determined. "People of the galaxy," he began. "For 300 years, humanity has been part of the Galactic Council. Today, that partnership ends. Not by our choice, but by necessity." The screen split to show Council documents, the same ones Voss had stolen. "These are the Council's plans for humanity. Containment, control, eventual subjugation. We now know why. They fear us. Not for what we've done, but for what we might do. For our unpredictability." Chan's voice hardened. "To all Council worlds, we have no quarrel with your people. But we will not be slaves. We will not be controlled." The broadcast cut off. The bridge fell silent. Then the alarms blared. The ship rocked violently. "Direct hit," someone shouted. "The Judgment is firing." Voss grabbed a railing as the ship shuddered again. On the screen, she watched Earth's defense grid activate. Thousands of hidden weapons platforms revealing themselves around her homeworld. The real war had begun. Fire raged through the lower decks of the Thunderchild. Voss ran through smoke-filled corridors, helping wounded crew to the escape pods. The ship groaned around her like a dying animal. "Engine room report," she shouted into her com. Static answered, then a weak voice. "Core breach in 10 minutes, Commander." "Nothing we can do." The battle had spread across 7 star systems now. For 2 weeks, human forces had fought against the Council. They were outnumbered, but not outmatched. Human ships moved in unpredictable patterns. They attacked from hidden positions. They vanished before Council forces could respond. Voss reached the bridge. Half the control panels were dark. Captain Diaz lay dead at his post, a metal beam through his chest. "Status," she demanded. Lieutenant Park looked up from the weapons console. Blood ran down his face from a head wound. "We took out 2 of their cruisers, but the Judgment is still coming." Voss moved to the main view screen. The massive Council flagship pushed through the debris field toward them. Smaller Council ships surrounded it like a shield. "What about the quantum disruptors?" she asked. "Ready, but we need to get closer." Park wiped blood from his eyes. "Much closer." Voss took the captain's chair. "All hands, prepare to abandon ship. Skeleton crew remains." She looked around the bridge. 5 officers stayed at their posts. None spoke. They all knew what this meant. Set course directly for the judgment, Voss ordered. Full power to forward shields. The damaged Thunderchild lurched forward. Its engines flared bright against the darkness of space. On the screen, the Council ships adjusted formation to intercept. They're firing. Park shouted. Energy beams sliced through space. The ship shook violently. More alarms blared. Keep going, Voss said through gritted teeth. Her mind flashed to the message that had started all this. To the Council archives. To the truth she had discovered there. The Council feared humans because their prediction algorithms couldn't model human behavior. For a society built on perfect prediction and control, humanity was a virus in their system. Another hit rocked the ship. A console exploded, throwing an officer across the bridge. 2 minutes to intercept, Park reported. Voss opened a channel to all human ships in the sector. This is Commander Voss. Fall back to Earth. Repeat, fall back to Earth. She closed the channel before anyone could argue. 1 minute, Park said. A judgment filled the view screen now. Its massive hull gleamed in the light of a distant sun. Quantum disruptors ready, Park said. Fire on my mark, Voss replied. The bridge door hissed open. A Council soldier stepped through, weapon raised. Its insect-like face showed no emotion. Stop this ship, it demanded. Voss didn't hesitate. She drew her sidearm and fired. The soldier fell, but behind it came more. 3, then 5 Council soldiers poured onto the bridge. Now, Lieutenant, Voss shouted. Park slammed his hand down on the console. The quantum disruptors fired. Invisible waves of energy washed over the Council fleet. On the screen, ship after ship went dark as their systems failed, including the judgment. It worked, Park whispered. A Council soldier fired. The energy blast hit Voss in the shoulder. She fell against the captain's chair, pain burning through her body. Through blurring vision, she saw the soldiers advancing. Park and the other officers fought back, but they were outnumbered. Then her comm unit beeped. A message from Earth. Commander Voss, we've received intelligence from our allies in the Council. Central command location confirmed. Dimensional shift technology ready. We need you to lead the final assault. Voss tried to respond, but darkness took her before she could speak. Voss woke to the hum of medical equipment. Her shoulder throbbed with dull pain. The ceiling above her was metal, curved like the inside of a ship. She's awake, someone said. Admiral Chun moved into her field of vision. His uniform was wrinkled. His eyes were red from lack of sleep. Welcome back, Commander, he said. We thought we'd lost you. Voss tried to sit up. Pain shot through her body. The Thunderchild? Gone. But you took out the judgment. Gave us the opening we needed. Memories flooded back. The battle. The Council soldiers. Lieutenant Park. My crew? Chun's face darkened. Only you and 2 others made it out. The Council boarded your ship, but our rescue team got to you in time. Voss closed her eyes. So many dead. For what? We don't have much time, Chun said. The Council is regrouping. They've deployed a planet-killer weapon against New Terra colony. Voss felt cold. Casualties? 2 million. Gone in seconds. Chun's voice cracked. But we have a chance to end this. Our allies inside the Council sent us the location of their central command. It's hidden in dimensional space, just outside normal reality. He helped her stand. Her legs felt weak, but they held her weight. The dimensional shift technology, she said. It's ready? Chun nodded. And you're the only one who knows enough about Council systems to lead the assault. Voss followed him to the bridge of the ship. Through the viewport, she saw Earth. Parts of the atmosphere glowed red from Council attacks. Smoke covered entire continents. How long was I out? She asked. 3 days. The war has gotten worse. The bridge was filled with soldiers preparing for battle. Their faces were grim, determined. Many bore fresh wounds. The plan is simple, Chun said. We shift into their dimension. We breach their command center. We force a surrender. Simple, but not easy. Voss knew the Council's defenses would be strong. Impenetrable, they thought. When do we leave? She asked. Now. The ship hummed as the dimensional drive powered up. The stars outside the viewport blurred, then vanished. Reality itself seemed to bend and twist. Then they were through. The Council's central command floated before them. A massive structure like a crystal sphere, glowing with internal light. They don't see us yet, Shun said. Their sensors can't detect us in shift space. Voss strapped on her armor. Her shoulders screamed in protest, but she ignored it. She checked her weapons. Around her, soldiers did the same. Remember, she told them, we want surrender, not annihilation. The ship moved closer to the crystal structure. No alarms. No defense systems activated. Boarding already ready, Sean announced. Voss led them through the airlock. They moved across open space, using jetpacks to guide themselves to the Council structure. Its surface was smooth, seemingly without entrance. But Voss knew better. She placed a device against the crystal wall. It pulsed with energy. A doorway appeared. They moved inside. The corridors were white, pristine. No guards. The Council never expected anyone to find this place, let alone breach it. They reached the central chamber. The Council leaders sat in a circle, 12 different species, all frozen in shock at the human intrusion. This is impossible, one said. Its voice was like grinding metal. Surrender, Voss demanded. End this war. The Council leader rose, tall, thin, with skin like polished stone. You have no idea what you're doing. What's coming? We know exactly what we're doing, Voss said. We're stopping you from enslaving us. Not enslaving. Preparing, the leader gestured. A hologram appeared in the center of the room. It showed something vast moving through deep space. Something dark and alive and hungry. This is why we needed to control you, the leader said. This is what's coming for all of us. Voss stared at the image, at the threat beyond known space. The real enemy the Council had been preparing for all along. And now they had to face it together.